That's it, and I miss it.
I just had this vision of me doing double to that.
But yeah, like, just a special week.
I hate this.
As soon as it's done, it's behind, it's gone. Win or lose.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. Let's go out and party freaking hard tonight.
Hi Niall.
Hi Jay.
You okay?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, good, thank you. Filming for Vlogmas.
You've been doing that for 4 months.
I'm nearly through it. I'm definitely not quite over 2/3 of the way there, but very nearly.
To still do the 60?
Yeah.
You still want to, how many have you already done?
Well, I've done every day 2 vlogs, and it's the 19th.
38.
38.
Well, I mean, that's an incredible achievement in itself. I don't think I've done 38 this year.
You know what this video is going to be?
Yes, I do.
We're going to be talking about Niall's last ever competition, which at the time we didn't know was Niall's last ever competition. I guess so far. Niall's last ever competition was what?
The 2018 Commonwealth Games. Technically wasn't, actually.
It technically wasn't.
No, I competed in the London Open to try and qualify for the World Championships, and I qualified for the World Championships and then snapped my finger just before I flew to the World Championships. Just at the time, it felt like I was just getting started.
Literally.
That was like the start of what the journey was going to be, because I was meant to, well, I dreamed of going to Tokyo. I'd already done the Olympics. I was only getting better. That competition, I showed my potential, really, in that new code of points, new rules. The dream was to win Olympic gold, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about. So basically, it was Commonwealth Games, Gold Coast. We all went to Australia, which was incredible in itself. But we went to Australia with the mindset that Niall had an injured hand, and therefore he was only going to do 5 apparatus in the competition because he couldn't do any pommel work. He couldn't put his hands on the handle of the pommels because the pressure through his injured hand was too much.
The only time I touched handles on my dismount, and I was willing to take the risk of just putting one hand on and going up and hoping that it won't affect the other pieces, which it paid off. But yeah, like, just a special week. I just felt like I was unstoppable. Like, nothing really fazed me. I was just like, I was physically and mentally at probably the peak of my performance, I think, apart from my hand. But everything else, like my other routines, my rings, P-bar, high bar, especially the strongest of my apparatus, they were like, all 3 were Olympic final level. I think I fell once in the floor final just because of fatigue. At this point, I remember being in the back gym and I was so exhausted, because you don't know really what it's like doing a major competition, how much it takes out of you physically and mentally, but lots of physically. But when you're burning nervous energy, when you've got adrenaline, like that's a powerful drug in the human body. Yeah. Like, there's always a huge come down after big bouts of adrenaline, and you mentioned in the build up to it, you have a lot of it. On the day, you have a lot of it, and there's a crash. So usually you could have a day off in between each time, and it's just spike crash. It was like, I'm sure it wasn't a day off. I'm sure it was just like 4 days. They were split into pieces. But there wasn't many days off. So it's like you're having that adrenaline spike and you're experiencing the come down, but you have to then go out and perform. And it's quite a weird. The human body's incredible. What I realised that week was because in the back gym, I actually didn't warm up many of my skills like I usually would. I just said to Baz, I was like, there's no point in me doing this. Like, you're sort of mentally panicking because you're thinking, I don't know how I'm going to perform this level of gymnastics in front of all these people. I don't think I can physically do it. And then as soon as you step out there in front of 10,000 people and put your arm up, the surge of adrenaline comes again and you can just do it. But my initial warm up in the back gym was just a few swings, did a few giants, dropped off, and I was like, that's all I can do.
I'm so mind-boggling that you could do that.
I had at the time the most difficult high bar routine in the world, and it's like that moment of like, if you watched the World Cup final last night, you have to take a penalty. Arguably it's more challenging because when a footballer takes a penalty, it's a simplistic task. It's very set. Yeah. The ball's in the same place, there's only one keeper, the goal's the same size, and you have to kick that. Anything can happen, you have to kick that in the net. It's like my penalty was from the halfway line spot because of how difficult my high bar routine is, because it's not just like the pressurized moment is like taking a penalty in the World Cup final, but then you've got the added, like, this is the piece which is arguably the hardest one for me. I'd already done that a million times in my head because, like, since I was a kid, I always dreamed of being like last man up on bar and not just needing to hit my routine, needing to do the best routine I've ever done to win. Like, I've genuinely dreamt about that moment forever. That's since I was a kid. Yeah, that was a highlight of my career for sure, and something I will always remember and never forget. I scored the penalty.
He did.
To win the World Cup. That's it, and I miss it. Like, it's the impossible. You can't replicate any of those feelings and moments ever really in your life, ever in my life again. And I'm just glad I got to experience them. And I don't know how, became a competitive animal that just winning was the only option. And that's where I got myself to mentally. So it was just like a pleasure to do. Like you said, I can't imagine what you were feeling in the crowd, but I bet you were sort of thinking, I'm glad I'm not Niall right now.
Yeah. I didn't even want to be me, right?
Well, yeah. I was like the only person I want to be right now is Nile. Like, it's cool to experience and feel.
Yeah, that's sick.
Do you want to watch a moment?
Yeah.
This was the final.
They're just emerging, 18 years old.
I think there I'm like, you can see in my eyes, I'm definitely not smiling. This was the day that I didn't warm up and I was absolutely fatigued. I think most of the things that are going from there is just like, please survive. And probably thinking, I've no idea how I'm going to do this. And then you're now in a body there where it's like, hold on a minute, like.
This is a big release. Full twist.
Hold on a minute, I can do this. I didn't see the bar when I caught that one then.
In the tuck position, full twist.
The first one were a bit of a blur, but I've sort of settled in now.
Strike after
I hate this. As you keep turning the shape.
Watch this. Straddle catch up with the half turn. Plain catch. Niles, there are a tricky part. The squat disc over the full turn. Here it goes. Pops it out.
I did take a skill out.
Did you?
Because like the enormity of me just getting through those 5 releases. Because you imagine how much.
I used to hate it when you do the straddle and then the straight and then you do the straddle half, because I always knew that you used to be able to gauge the straddle. Like sometimes if you were prepared for the straddle half, you just wouldn't turn. Whereas when you've already done the straddle, you can't repeat it. Well, you can repeat it, but you don't get anything for it.
To do this.
You have to do the half twist on the second one, which I didn't used to.
I think the only reason that I've structured my routine like that, and it's a shame, that it's because I could connect all 3.
Yeah.
I could connect straddle straight, straddle half. You've seen a video of me doing it. So like the plan was in the run up to the Olympics that my routine would upgrade to I'd do the casino common, but then I'd connect all 3 of those and get an extra 4 attempts difficulty. So like we're already planning 2 years prior, like what it's gonna be about. But I took the squat full out because I was like, I've survived the releases, just get off the bar now.
Yeah.
Hop full turn. Needs a good dismount. Winds up, kicks into the inner wraps and you took it to the fuck off.
You know what I wanted to do with that dismount?
What?
I wanted to land in a dab.
That was when dabbing was there.
It was the thing
like
at the
that,
time.
right.
Because I knew that it'd probably go viral on TikTok or whatever, and I just bottled it. Because it was too cocky at the time. I think if I felt fresh, I'd have probably gone for it. But it was almost like I needed to know that I'd stuck it, and then like I just had this vision of me doing double to that.
Well done, Niall. When he started the finals yesterday, he looked utterly exhausted. He started doing the routine for him.
You have it. Why did I have it? This is the all-around final. And this is the footage that we got from the crowd. I did really like those black leotards. They were cool, weren't they?
You ain't allowed to wear black longs.
Yeah, because you can't. They hide the lines.
They hide the line, yeah, you can see your knees bending. Look at that arena, look.
It's full, wasn't it? Look, not even an empty seat. We were far away, weren't we?
Come on, Niall! Come on! Come on now! Now, come on!
Why did I just have it?
What was the feeling like when it was done? I wish this footage that you can see like me hugging Baz on the screen, look there. Look.
Oh, yeah.
I wish we could see all this footage. What did it when you landed? Was it like?
Oh, honestly, I used to like partially close my eyes when you're doing your releases like this, and then shout in between every single one. Come on now! Oh, he's done another one. He's done another one. Done another one. And then it'd be once you'd done like once you call your releases, it'd be like oh, and then once you'd done like your squat full as well.
Yeah,
because that sometimes came down the wrong way, and then it'd be like oh, and then I knew you only had the squat half, and then the quad, and then like. You're pretty solid on your dismount. I know that, like.
I never used to train dismount either.
No, literally, you just used to do it every time, but I just remember though, like the whole of that Commonwealth week just being so, I mean, it was special. It was in Australia, like it was just such a nice place. I think the team was like such a great team of 5, and then there were some other guys in the Irish team and Scottish team and stuff that were like great guys as well, that you'd sort of trained with and grown up with, and everyone's family went, and like I don't know, like just something about that trip was just such a sick and special trip and games and time and all of it.
It was. It's tough now that you know, like, I think maybe because you didn't know that it was the last one, you took it for granted. Well, I certainly took it for granted.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to rush off home because...
You did rush off home.
Well, that's what I mean, I did. Like, you're just so immersed in, like, that week was so special that at this stage in my career it wasn't important. Now that I'm out of it, you realise how much you just like, what's next, what's next, what's next, what's next.
Yeah.
As soon as it's done, it's behind, it's gone. Win or lose. And I think literally 10 days after that competition, I hurt my neck for the first time in training. And that was the start of what everyone knows now, the story's told. I'm done, I'm retired, I can't do gymnastics anymore because of my neck, and it's just like, it's unbelievable, but it's really sad. And I wish that I knew how good I had it at the time, just soaked it in, just like looked at what I did, what I was doing and how special it was. Not just, right, that's ticked off, what's next?
Yeah.
Because it was pretty cool. And then you realise as well, like, it's forgotten about so quickly. None of our mind, none of our thoughts day to day are ever about, even me, I'm never even gymnastics anymore.
Yeah.
It's almost like I wasn't an athlete. We didn't do any of that because it's remembered and it's unbelievable memories, but it's just not our lives anymore. And I think it's just the real takeaway for that is just, and my advice, which I should take myself, is just to stay present in the moment and what you're doing now and who you've got around you, because, you know, it may not feel it at the time, but it could be the most special time of your life.
And it probably is.
I love you, sis.
I love you too, bro.
And you know what, who knows, maybe I'll compete again.
I hope so.
I think
Maybe it might not be a final competition.
I'll say it right now, it won't be. I gotta do something again. I gotta. And like every time we go to vlog now, I did a Diamond yesterday, and like I know I can put together some gymnastics safely with my body and perform, because I love that. It'd be for me, for the feeling, but also like I know you guys, it was abruptly ended, and
Yeah.
especially for mum and dad, I just want them to see me compete one more time.
Yeah, that'd be
So
special.
who knows what year it'll be? Maybe next year. But you'll see me in a gymnastics
We'll
league card
see you
again.
compete in an ice
Anyway.
skating rink next year.
Well, that's happening. Do you want to throw me on the airbag?
Yeah.
Do you think you could reach?
No. Perfect, thanks Niall.
Pleasure.
Really enjoyed that. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and go and subscribe to Niall. You probably already are. But if you're not, if you are the one person that's watching this video that's subscribed to me and not Niall, then go subscribe to Niall too. Keep smashing it, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Remember, anything is possible. You just bye.
See you, bye.
Yourself a merry little Christmas, let your heart be light.
My voice will hopefully not sound like this in a couple of days' time.